Is this really the best you could do? She laughed at my proposal before leaving for him. So I returned the ring and disappeared. Years later, she watched me buy a better one for someone who actually deserved it. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. The ring box felt like it weighed 10 pounds in my jacket pocket. I'd been carrying it around all week, waiting for the right moment. Tonight was it. 5 years together. The restaurant where we had our first date. Lauren had been dropping hints about wanting something special and meaningful for our anniversary. I planned everything. Made the reservation 2 months in advance. The ring took 6 months of saving. $8,000 for a 1-carat solitaire, classic and elegant. Exactly what she described wanting when we talked about marriage 3 years ago. Lauren was already at the table when I arrived. She looked beautiful in a black dress I'd never seen before. She was on her phone, scrolling through something. Didn't look up when I sat down. Hey, I said. You look amazing. Thanks. She glanced up briefly, then back at her phone. Sorry, just finishing something for work. Work. Real estate. She'd been busy lately. A lot of new clients. A lot of late showings. I'd been supportive. Proud, even. The waiter came. We ordered. She kept her phone on the table, screen down, but within reach. I tried to ignore the knot forming in my stomach. Do you remember our first date here? I asked. She was looking around the restaurant, like she was evaluating it. It's smaller than I remembered. Still has the best carbonara in the city. Sure. Dinner arrived. We ate. I tried to make conversation. She gave short answers. Checked her phone twice. I was starting to sweat. This wasn't how I'd imagined this going. But I'd come this far. The ring was burning a hole in my pocket. Maybe once she saw it, once she understood what tonight was about, everything would click back into place. I took a breath. Stood up. The couple at the next table noticed. The woman smiled at me, like she knew what was coming. Lauren looked up, confused. What are you doing? I moved to her side of the table. Got down on one knee. Pulled out the ring box. Her face did something I'll never forget. Not joy. Not surprise. Something closer to inconvenience. Lauren, I said, my voice shaking slightly. I love you. These 5 years have been the best of my life. I can't imagine my future without you in it. Will you marry me? I opened the ring box. She stared at it. Didn't reach for it. Didn't even lean forward to look closer. The silence stretched. 5 seconds. 10. 15. Can I see it? She finally said. I tilted the box toward her. The diamond caught the light. It was beautiful. I'd spend hours at the jeweler making sure it was perfect. She looked at it the way you'd look at something disappointing. A wrong order at a restaurant. A gift card for the wrong store. Is this really the best you could do? The words hit me like cold water. I literally didn't understand what she was saying at first. What? The ring, David. Is this really the best you could do? You said you wanted a solitaire. Simple and classic. That's what you said. I said that when I was 24. I'm 29 now. Things change. Expectations change. I was still on one knee. People were definitely watching now. I could feel their eyes. Lauren, I don't understand. What's wrong with this ring? This proposal? This life? She gestured vaguely around us. I expected more from the one. If you even are the one. What are you saying? She stood up, grabbed her purse from the back of her chair. I'm saying I can't do this. I can't pretend this is enough anymore. Pretend what's enough? Lauren, we've been planning. You've been planning. You and your safe little future. The house in the suburbs. The 2.5 kids. The minivan and the white picket fence and the slow death by routine. My knee was starting to hurt. I stood up slowly, still holding the ring box open like an idiot. I thought that's what we both wanted. That's what you wanted. You assumed I wanted it too. You never asked. You just assumed. We talked about this. We talked about marriage, about kids, about talking about something doesn't mean I agreed to it, David. It means I listened to you plan your fantasy while I figured out what I actually want. She slung her purse over her shoulder. Started to leave. I caught her arm. Wait. Just wait. Can we talk about this? If you're having second thoughts, we can. There's someone else. The restaurant noise seemed to fade. I heard my own heartbeat. What? There's someone else. Someone who knows how to treat women right. Who doesn't think Olive Garden level romance is impressive? This isn't Olive Garden. This is where we had our first date. Exactly. You're still living in the past. He's about the future. A real future. She pulled her arm free. Who is he? Trevor. One of my clients. Well, not anymore. We've been together for 3 months. 3 months. While I was saving for this ring. While I was planning this proposal. While I was imagining our life together. Lauren, you deserve someone who wants your kind of life, David. Someone who thinks dinner at a mediocre Italian restaurant is romantic. Someone who's impressed by a 1-carat diamond. She looked at me one more time. There was something like pity in her eyes. I need more than this. More than you. Then she walked out. I stood there, still holding the ring box. The couple at the next table was studiously looking at their plates. The waiter approached cautiously. Sir? Is everything? Can I get you anything? I closed the ring box. Put it back in my pocket. Just the check, please. I paid for the dinner neither of us ate. Drove home in complete silence. My brain felt like static. White noise. Nothing processing correctly. When I got back to our apartment, I noticed immediately. The closet was missing things. Her side of the bathroom counter was cleared. Half the bedroom looked like a gap-toothed smile. There was a note on the kitchen counter. David, I'll get the rest of my things this weekend. Trevor and I have been together for 3 months. I didn't want to hurt you, but I can't keep pretending. You deserve someone who wants your kind of life. I need more. The apartment is in your name, so I'll be out by Sunday. I'm sorry. I read it 3 times. Then I set it down, looked at the ring box on the counter next to it, and sat down on the couch. I didn't cry, didn't yell, didn't throw things. I just sat there until the sun came up. The next morning, I called the jeweler. I need to know about your return policy. Of course, sir. Within 30 days, full refund, no questions asked. May I ask if there's a problem with the ring? No. The ring is perfect. The proposal didn't go as planned. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. Yeah, me too. I drove to the jewelry store, handed over the ring box, watched $8,000 get credited back to my account. 6 months of saving. Gone. Returned. Like it never happened. The jeweler looked genuinely sympathetic. For what it's worth, sir, it was a beautiful choice. Any woman would be lucky. Thanks, I said, cutting him off. I appreciate it. I spent the weekend moving Lauren's remaining stuff into a storage unit. Clothes, books, decorations, all the little pieces of her that had been scattered through my apartment. Our apartment. My apartment again. I texted her the unit number and the access code. Nothing else. She responded, "Thank you. I'm sorry about how everything happened. I hope we can still be friends." I blocked her number. Then I blocked her on Instagram, Facebook, everything. I didn't want to see whatever she posted next. Didn't want to see her with Trevor. Didn't want to know anything about the life she'd chosen over me. My best friend Mike came over that night with beer and pizza. "So what's the plan?" he asked. "What do you mean?" "I mean, what are you going to do?" I shrugged. "Move on. What else is there? You're being too calm about this, man. It's weird. What do you want me to do? Key his car? Blow up her phone? That's not going to change anything. I want you to feel something." I feel everything. It's just all happening somewhere I can't access right now. He looked at me for a long moment. "You know it's not your fault, right? The ring was great. The proposal was thoughtful. She's just, don't," I said. "I don't want to talk about what she is or isn't. I just want to forget tonight ever happened." But I couldn't forget. For weeks, I kept reaching for my phone to text her something funny. Kept expecting her to be there when I came home. Kept finding little reminders of her everywhere. A hair tie, a coffee mug, a book she'd been reading. I threw myself into work. Picked up extra projects. Started going to the gym at 6 a.m. just to have somewhere to be. Came home exhausted enough to sleep without thinking. A few weeks later, my boss called me into his office. "Marcus, we're opening a new division in Seattle. I want you to head the project management team. It's a promotion, senior PM, substantial raise, full relocation package." Seattle? That's across the country. I know it's a big move, but I think you're ready for it. And honestly, you seem like you could use a fresh start. He didn't say he knew about Lauren, but he knew. When would I start? 2 months. Is that enough time? I thought about it for exactly 3 seconds. Yeah, I'll do it. Seattle was cold and gray and perfect. Nobody knew me. Nobody knew my story. I threw myself into work. 12-hour days. Weekends when projects demanded it. I joined a gym near my apartment. Started rock climbing on weekends. Picked up photography. Not because I was trying to reinvent myself. Just because I could. Because there was no one saying we needed to save money. No one rolling their eyes when I spent money on myself. Mike's girlfriend set me up with her co-worker about 4 months after I'd moved. Emma, an accountant. We met at a game night at Mike's place when I flew back to visit. She beat me at Settlers of Catan and didn't apologize for it. You left your weed exposed, she said, grinning. That's on you. I was being polite. I don't need polite. I need sheep. Do you have sheep? I laughed. Actually laughed. For the first time in months. We exchanged numbers. Started texting. Then video calls since I was in Seattle and she was still back home. Then I started finding reasons to fly back more often. Then she started finding reasons to visit Seattle. 6 months after we met, she asked me directly, "So what are we doing here?" Because I like you. A lot. But I'm not interested in being someone's long distance maybe. I like you too. A lot. So I think you should move to Seattle. That's insane. I barely know you. You know me well enough to know I don't play games. I want this. I want you. If you want it too, then let's do it. She moved 3 months later. Got a job at a firm downtown. Moved into my apartment. It was fast. Maybe too fast by normal standards. But nothing about us felt rushed. It felt right. We didn't talk about marriage. Not at first. We just lived. Cooked dinner together. Argued about what to watch. Took weekend trips. Built a life that felt like it belonged to both of us. One night, about a year after we'd met, she said, "You know what I like about you? My rugged good looks? You make me feel like I'm enough. Like I don't have to be anything other than exactly who I am. That's because you are enough. Is that what your ex made you feel?" I paused. We didn't talk about Lauren much. Emma knew the basics. 5-year relationship, bad breakup, moved to Seattle for a fresh start. No, I said honestly. She made me feel like I was always one upgrade away from acceptable. Well, she was an idiot. Yeah, she was. Around the same time, Mike mentioned that Lauren's Instagram had gone quiet. Haven't seen her post in weeks. No Trevor. No ring photos. Nothing. Okay. You really don't care, do you? Not really. That's not my life anymore. Then the messages started. First from an unknown number, text that I ignored. Then a phone call that I answered by accident, thinking it was work. "David, please don't hang up." Lauren's voice. Shaking. Crying. "How did you get this number?" "I called your office. Please, I just need to talk to you." I should have hung up. But something kept me on the line. Not hope. Curiosity, maybe. I'm listening. I made a mistake. Trevor. He wasn't who I thought he was. He lied about everything. The money, the lifestyle, all of it. He's gone now and I'm sorry that happened to you. I've been thinking about us. About what we had. I threw away something real for something fake. Okay. That's all you're going to say. What do you want me to say, Lauren? I want you to say we can fix this. I'm with someone else. Her name is Emma. We live together. Long silence. How long? About a year. A year. You moved on in a year. You moved on in 3 months. While we were still together. This is different. Yeah, it is. I hope things get better for you, Lauren. I really do. But we're not getting back together. Take care of yourself. I hung up before she could respond. Blocked the number. Emma came out of the bedroom. Was that her? Yeah. Is she okay? I don't think so. But that's not my problem to solve anymore. She hugged me. Good. Because you're mine now. Lucky you. Lucky me. Mike got the full story from a mutual friend a few weeks later. Trevor had been a fraud. Leased car. Rented house. Everything on credit cards. Massive debt. The ring he'd given Lauren was cubic zirconia from Amazon. When everything collapsed, he'd ghosted her and left the state. She'd moved back in with her parents. Her career was struggling. Friends had distanced themselves. That's rough, I said when Mike told me. That's it. That's all you've got. What do you want me to say? I want you to feel vindicated. I feel bad for her. But mostly I just don't think about her anymore. Almost 2 years after Lauren walked out of that restaurant, I decided to propose to Emma. This time, I knew it was right. No doubts. No wondering if she secretly wanted something else. We'd talked about marriage. About what we both wanted. About the life we were building together. I went back to the same jewelry store. Not for any symbolic reason. It was just a good jeweler. Tom recognized me immediately. "Mr. Chun, good to see you again." "You too, Tom. What can I help you with today?" "I need an engagement ring." His face lit up. "Wonderful. Congratulations. Do you know what style she likes?" Yeah, she actually sent me photos. Very specific. Smart woman. The smartest. We spent an hour looking at options. I settled on an oval-cut diamond. Different setting, more delicate band. It was more expensive than Lauren's had been. I'd been promoted, was doing well, but more importantly, it was exactly what Emma wanted. Excellent choice, Tom said. Let me get the paperwork started. I was signing the papers when the door chimed. I glanced up out of habit. Lauren walked in. I almost didn't recognize her. She looked thinner, tired, older somehow, though it had only been 2 years. She was wearing jeans and a sweater, her hair pulled back. She was clutching a small ring box. She went to the other counter. Didn't see me. I watched as she approached the jeweler there. I need someone to look at this, she said quietly. I was told it was real, but I need to know. The jeweler took the box, opened it, pulled out the ring, used his loupe. His expression changed. He tried to hide a smile. Ma'am, this is cubic zirconia, worth about $50 retail. That can't be right. He said, I'm sorry, but this isn't a real diamond. Lauren's face crumbled. She started crying right there, quiet tears she tried to hide. Tom called out then. Mr. Chun, your ring is ready. Beautiful choice. Your fiancé is very lucky. Lauren's head snapped up. She saw me. All the color drained from her face. David. I nodded. Lauren. Hi. She walked over slowly, still holding the fake ring. Her eyes were red. You're getting engaged? Yes. She looked at the ring box on the counter. Back at me. At the fake ring in her hand. To who? Her name is Emma. How long have you been together? We're coming up on 2 years. She made a sound that was half laugh, half sob. 2 years. You've known her 2 years, and you're proposing? When you know, you know. She flinched like I'd hit her. David, I need to talk to you. About everything. There's nothing to talk about. 5 years has to mean something. It did mean something. Then you ended it. I made a mistake. Trevor lied about everything. The ring. She held up the fake one. The money. All of it. He used me. I'm sorry that happened to you. Are you? You seem pretty happy about it. I'm happy about my life. What happened to you isn't part of that. So you just moved on? After 5 years together, you just moved on? Not easily. But yeah. She was shaking now. The ring you gave me, how much was it? Why does that matter? Because I need to know what I threw away for this. She held up the fake ring. I sighed. $8,000. She looked at Emma's ring on the counter. Clearly more expensive. And this one? More? But that's not the point. What is the point? The point is I'm happy. I'm with someone who wants to be with me. Who doesn't need me to be more than I am. I know now what I lost. I see it. I live with it every day. Then I hope you learn from it. That's it. That's all you have to say. What do you want me to say, Lauren? I want you to say you forgive me. That we can try again. I do forgive you. But we're not trying again. That part of my life is over. She'll never know you like I did. She knows me better. She knows what I'm actually worth. You never did. Lauren was crying now. I think about that night all the time. Your face when I rejected you. How I humiliated you. I don't. Liar. I thought about it every day for months. Then every week. Then barely at all. Now. Only when I see you. So I'm nothing to you? You're someone I used to know. Someone who taught me what I deserve. Tom interrupted. Mr. Chun, all set. I took the wrapped ring box. Paid. I hope things get better for you, Lauren. But I need to go. To propose to her. To propose to someone who'll say yes. I walked toward the door. She called out. David. I stopped. Didn't turn around. Does she make you happy? I thought about it. She makes me feel like I'm enough. That's better than happy. Then I walked out. That evening, I took Emma to the park where we'd had our first kiss. Simple. Personal. Meaningful. I got down on one knee. Emma, you're the first person who made me feel like exactly enough was more than enough. Will you marry me? Yes. God, yes. The ring fit perfectly. She cried. I might have too. We sat on that bench for an hour, her head on my shoulder, watching the sun go down. People ask me sometimes if I'm glad Lauren rejected me. I don't think about it like that. She didn't reject me. She rejected a life I thought we were building together. Turned out, I was building it alone. Emma and I are building something together. We're both holding the hammer. That's the difference. Lauren taught me what I didn't want. Emma showed me what I didn't know I needed. One was a painful lesson. The other is a life I actually chose. And that makes all the difference. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.